Hello everybody and welcome to this new video on RawTherapee, and in this video we are going to see how to add filters. You can subscribe to this YouTube channels if you like the content. First link on the description, the complete course RawTherapee is available. So if you want to learn this software starting from scratch with a course structure, it will be on the first link on the description. You will find the model session of the course, what you will be able to learn. It is a complete course to perfectly master RawTherapee from scratch, to work with all the different models, and to perfectly master this software. First link on the descriptions. In the second link on the description, you will find the website in link with these YouTube channels. Concretely, in this YouTube channel, you can discover software, have basics of this software. And in the second link on the description, it is a summary of all the graphic courses available. It means you can pick a course and you can learn any graphic software. So let's see how to add filters. The first thing that I'm going to do, I will go in my folder here, and I have different folders with different images. I will select, for example, these folders, or I can take another one. I have different type of folder. I will select, for example, the folder Japan here. And when you have an image here, you can have different type of information on each image inside your folders. So when you are on the image, you can have information about, as you can see, the name, about the focal length, it can be the ISO value, it can be also the exposure compensation, and you can find all this information on the right. So I have 20 images here, and here is the summary of what I can use in these 20 images on the filters. For example, we can work on aperture, shutter, ISO, focal length, exposure compensation, camera, lens, and file types. To activate, it is the filters that we can use for the metadata, the basic metadata, original metadata of your image. First thing that you can do, you can enable metadata filters. After that, for example, I want to add filters by camera. I take these 20 images using 3 cameras. I have images with Canon PowerShoot, others with GoPro Hero, and others one with Kodak Pix Pro. So if I apply a filter for camera, I can just click here. And so enable metadata filters, click on the camera, and what camera I want to have. If I select the first one, I can define my 8 images. So it is just to apply filter from metadata, and in this case, it is a camera. If I click here, this is the images that I took with the GoPro Hero, and this one, for example, with this camera. And so you can apply this type of filters. Another type of filters that you can use can be, for example, the focal length. So you can activate the focal length. Here we have 3 to 5.1, so I can maybe change the value. And if I tap 4, I will have the images between a focal length from 3 to 4, and the other one are not going to appear here. So I can use these filters, for example, but it can be other one, it can be a ISO value. And I can, for example, increase the ISO value from 200, something like this. So it is something that we can do, just like that. And if I want to change again, I will tap, for example, 80 here, and I can increase my focal length again to 6, just like that. And I will have all my images appearing here. So this is basic information. When you go on this area, automatically he will define the basic information. If you want to recuperate, you just switch to another folders and it will reset by default, just like that. So don't forget to enable metadata filters, and you can add more filters. So it means I can click here, and after to click here, I can activate a camera, and this camera will define, I want to have the images with, for example, the Canon PowerShoot. Moreover, I want to have another filters. It can be focal length, and I can reduce the focal length. If I reduce to 4, it's not going to have anything, as you can see. So if I put, for example, 6, and here I put 4, or here I put 5, as you can see, because these different images have the same focal length, I can put just this one. So here I can use a focal length, but maybe it's not the best example. It can be this camera, and I can put an ISO value. If I reduce the ISO value to 300 or to 200, as you can see now I have 7 images instead to have more, because I have 1 images which has not this ISO value. This is the type of things that we can do. So we can apply multiple filters by a different type of categorize. It can be also the file type depending of what you have. If I deactivate these different ones, it can be a file type. I just have image file in this type of example, so if I select another one, here I have JPEG, or here I have JPEG also, as you can see. So definitely it's pretty convenient, and you can apply this for any type of images. Here I have different images as well, and you can, one more time I have only the camera, but I can adjust the focal length one more time, and I can, for example, reduce the focal length. Let's take a look. I need to enable, yes, just like that. And after to enable, I can reduce the focal length, just like that. I can also change the apertures value. If I want to raise it, I can use the aperture value. So as you can see, enable metadata features, and I put focal length and the aperture value. So it just in the different metadata, original metadata that you have on your images, you can apply this type of filters. You have 2 types of filters. The filters that you can use here with, for example, the rate, the color labels, and more options, and the filters that you can use on this area for the metadata. So we are going to stop here for this video. If you like, subscribe to these YouTube channels. Lot of content, graphic contents. First link on the description, the complete course RawTherapee is available. So if you want to learn this software, starting from scratch with the course structure, it will be on the first link on the description. You will see the models, session of the course, what you will be able to learn in this training course. Second link on the description, it is a website in link with this YouTube channel. You can discover software in this YouTube channel, have basics of this software. And in the second link on the description, it is like an online school. So concretely what you can do, you have a lot of graphic courses which are available. So you can pick, for example, a course. You have different type of categories of course, and you can pick a course and learn any type of graphic software, photo software, or other type of categories of graphic software, and this is on the second link on the description. For our next video on this channel, see you. Ciao, ciao.